Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Friday, and I just wanted to show you, just in case someone decides, why aren't you mowing? I want to show you the difference between, in a drought area, between the mow and the not mow. Um, this I haven't mowed for about 3 weeks. It's just now starting to turn brown, and of course you see that's a culvert. That's supposed to be water drainage, but we don't have any of that. Now, I mowed this one, and I didn't mow it short. I mowed it a couple inches at the most. But look, it turns right into straw. And I've seen that happen up here too. When you talk about water conservation, it's kind of a tough one to balance. We are getting some of this, and the reason why we're getting that is because my irrigation system's now working, and some of it's bleed off onto the grass. Although this one has been a victim of local wildlife, and that does happen a lot. Well, enough that you should at least go around once a week to figure it out. Now, areas that had undergrowth when or over have higher plants, those places tend to, when they're layered like this, they tend to last longer. So I haven't hit this one. This is an area where I need to weed a garden really badly. You have Virginia creeper all over. I'll probably still go after that. But, it's got some canopy now. It's got some junior canopy, which is maple leaf jatropha, one of my favorite natives. One of my favorite. Buddha belly jatropha is my favorite. So odd. Show you one of those right there. That's a Buddha's belly. It's a low grower. But he's got a little bit of a belly in there. And that's one. This isn't a big one, but it's good. Anyhow, those are the guys that are actually weathering this pretty intense drought better. So a lot of the gardens where I thought I'd do well and just finish them off, I found that by doing what I'm doing is actually allowing other plants to survive for a while. You're seeing these guys this is crinum lilies. This is Queen Anne. Look at what it's doing. It's got water right behind it. It's getting burned pretty bad. The sun comes through this way. Look at all the dead trees. Yeah, so there's no real shield anymore. This is more of a tropical jungle plant. You know, usually has an or a canopy. I keep trying to call it an overstory. It's something like that. Anyhow, same thing over here. Although, because we do have some canopy, we have a lot of the canopy in place back here. This area I can hit a little bit more, and I will get rid of. And most of the stuff I have to get out of is low-growing vines. So there's nothing other than that. And there's a lot of junior palms and stuff like that, and even a couple of pine trees. Although one of them's dead. Actually, there's 4 of them here, and this closest one's dead, and the other 3 actually have life. By the way, those are pine bark beetles that are killing them. They always have them, but with the stress of the hurricane, after the hurricane, those guys just moved in and finished them off. Oh boy, this water's still nothing. Look at that, it's not even dripping. Alright, although we saw some improvement when it was. And this is all shrinking because of the drought, the really intense drought we've had. I can get this a little bit further over with that line, but I'm going to have to extend that line. I think I'm going to pull that over here as an emergency. But drought is drought. And while it's great for me, it's just the first rainfall is going to have all those ferns that I've taken out. All the whatever is left over will start growing again, or really jump up. But in a lot of places, when you look at the ferns, you're seeing them burn down to the ground now, just like this stuff. Although this is what I picked. You see the edges, how they're burning, and you'll see it as I open it up. Wow, cool. That was my guest dragonfly. And that's another thing, the animals are moving into here, which is cool. But yeah, you're seeing a lot of changes in the dynamics of the garden as I expose the garden, get it back to where it was, or transform it into something new, which is in the end what it's gonna happen is I'm gonna transform it into something new. So I just thought I'd show you the effects of the drought. That's why we were talking about irrigation all the time. It's because everything's dying. This used to be a green, grassy knoll. That's where he was. But as you look at it, this side gets more sun, that side doesn't. There's water around. I'm not watering the grassways. I never have done that. In spite of all the water volume and all that, I actually am not using a huge amount of water, because I use those micro sprinklers and stuff. They spread them out and mist it. Anyhow, that's my Friday morning discourse on drought. You don't look good until you get to the wall of weeds. All right, guys, I'm out. I hope you have a great weekend. All right, guys, I don't know if you can see this, but this is 5 days later from this drought that that you just watched. Do things change when the rain finally starts hitting, and you can hear all the wildlife behind me. Just look at this. By the way, that's an eastern narrowmouth frog that's making that noise. Absolutely. Now we've got water, standing water under the truck and everything else. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. It looks like we're going to have a nice one. We're going to have to start to fight the weeds again. But, you know, on the good side, all our plants that we're planting are growing. The bromeliads will particularly love this because they fill up the bowls of water, you know, their mouths basically. And we don't have to rely on irrigation anymore. The aquifers are starting to fill up. So, guys, have a great weekend. And this is Dave from Saving Our Sanctuary, and I am out. God, look at that. You might bamboo. Oh my God, the yellow oxeye. Pond's getting there. Flamingos don't like it yet, though.